Good morning, this is Vicki.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show. And you're with the Two Natural Ladies.
Oh, you know what we should have looked at?
What should we have looked at?
In the music cart to see if there's a song, Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men. There probably is.
Well, why don't I have a look while you start chatting about Bill and
Ben? Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men, because all of a sudden we've just decided to talk about them.
Yes.
But we were talking about an interesting real-life situation, but we thought we'd put it into Bill and Ben names. And just that when we look at a relationship and two people are having an altercation, a disagreement, often when you get down to it, when you really listen, you can see that actually both parties are saying the same thing.
Yes.
And often that happens in marriage breakups. Yeah. So we were just talking about that. And two people, neither is wrong. It's just perspective.
Yes.
And then we were thinking, okay, what's a really good analogy? Like, let's just say they are in a hole, Bill and Ben.
Yes.
Because they're flower pot men. So I suppose, soil and dirt. It's the way it goes.
Yep.
And one of them was, looking at, they were both inspecting the dirt.
Yes.
And one was saying it's very grey, and the other one's like, no, it's brown. Yes. No, it's grey, it's brown. And, on it goes.
Yes.
And, somebody listening to them would be like, I don't know what to do here.
Well, then Bill might get his grey mates and they're all, yep, it's grey. And then Ben will get all, yep, it's brown. And before you know it, there's a war.
Okay. In the hole.
In the hole.
Yes. Yep. Over dirt.
Yep.
So rather than staying in the hole.
Yes.
If they got out of the hole.
Yes.
All of a sudden, there's a whole other view of life.
That's right.
Like they've paradigm shifted.
Yes. And when they look down, they go, oh my gosh, it's grey and brown.
Wow. And it really doesn't matter because now they're out of the hole.
That's right.
And now they've got flowers and trees and blue sky and water and everything else to enjoy.
Yes.
So it becomes irrelevant.
Yes. Yeah, it's perfect. And often it takes somebody who's out of the hole to put their hand down and say, here, come out here and have a look. Because I think sometimes we just get so caught up in it is brown.
Yeah.
It is brown, Vicki. And that's it. And so you just know, okay, got it, it's brown. Just come out here for a sec.
Yeah. And then with the paradigm shift, in real life.
Yes.
Like huge differences can be made because then we're focusing on what's important.
Yes. And I think that there's a lot of people that we've met that's what they do, including us.
We all do it.
Yeah. I'm thinking of particular people who work with companies and organisations that actually assist in that. Because again, we're stuck on a particular way. We're seeing things in a particular way, and it can just take somebody to just hold our hand and show us there is another way for us to go, oh my gosh, I hadn't seen that. And, rather than us staying in our positions. So
and there's all truth to it. It's all, the dirt is right.
Yes.
It is right.
Yes.
And the brown and the grey is right. And then the flowers and the trees and the sky and everything, I suppose everything exists. It just depends where we're focused.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It is amazing how we can get so caught up in that, wanting to be right, but we are right. This is it. We are right. It is grey. And it can be quite difficult to, no, don't take me away from my rightness.
Yeah. Well, and just based on what we were talking before about structure and even when we just make decisions in government, if we actually change the paradigm or the structure that we're in, what was previously an issue is just completely disappears.
Yes, I think that's one of the wonderful things for me about Kate Raworth's book, The Donut Economy, because that's what she does. She actually, everything's included, becomes an inclusiveness rather than an exclusiveness.
Yes.
And I think that's often how we operate is in exclusiveness without really considering how can we be inclusive. And we can. It is all possible.
Yeah.
And there's lots of organisations and communities that include it all and have it work.
Yeah, well, I had a conversation with somebody the other day, we've actually interviewed him, Dax, about how to create generational wealth. And that was interesting, that it actually just looked at a whole other model again on how to do it. And I'm very excited about this. And from an early age, actually, I think there's a solution to whatever it is I was looking at.
Yes.
I think there's always a solution. It's just finding it that's the issue.
Yes. And again, like we were saying, talking about it, whether it's about the environment or getting out of the hole, whatever it is in the talking about it and sharing it. And the more we share it, the more we discover. So, yeah. Cool bananas.
Yeah, well, actually on that, because recently that was a discussion I was having with somebody about a particular topic, and I think when we don't know the answer, we sometimes avoid talking about it because it's uncomfortable. But actually that's the access to it, is talking about it.
Yes.
So, yeah, and so I actually made us talk about this particular issue, even though none of us wanted to, because I knew the way to get there was through, not avoidance of it.
Right. My thought immediately is that I quite enjoy it when I don't. I guess it depends on what it is. Because we want to know the way forward. We want to have control.
So you enjoy the conversation, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Although probably if you looked at it, there might be some things.
I'm not saying there aren't. Let's look
at this, Jo. Yeah.
I'm sure there are times when I don't want to be in that realm of not knowing.
Yeah.
And in this conversation, I'm thinking, I love the idea of learning something new and finding out something new.
Well, because we're in possibility.
Yes.
And I love being in possibility. And that's it. Well, we're talking about, being in love with humanity. I feel like sometimes I just get sucked into possibility and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, this is crazy, baby. Yeah.
But then when you get sucked out, it's going, no,
come back.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.